Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome to Posy Lane. If you're brand new here, at Posy Lane we like to do fun, easy, doable crafts. New content comes out every week, so make sure to hit the subscribe button so you're first to be notified when new videos are up. If you're returning, I'm so glad that you're back and that we get to craft together again. We couldn't post last week and I had to wait all this time to share these crafts with you. I went all around the Dollar Tree looking at their fall decor and craft supplies, and I have 3 fun pumpkin crafts to share with you. We're going to be making a wall hanging, and then something I've never seen before. We're going to take whole noodles and make mini pumpkins with them, and then we're going to take a Dollar Tree sign and transform it into a fall decoration. I found this unfinished wood wall hanging at the Dollar Tree, and I thought it would be so cute to put little pumpkins on it. And I found these pumpkins at Hobby Lobby in a multi-pack, but it comes out to only being 15 cents for each one, and we're gonna just paint these and put them onto this sign. We're gonna be using a wash to paint the base of our wall hanging, and I like to do brown paint mixed with water. It gives it a stained effect, and so we're using milk chocolate acrylic paint, and then you just add a little bit of water to water it down, and it looks like stain when you use it. Just to prep this, I'm going to cut the hanger off. We'll just add a jute cord hanger at the end, and that way this won't get in the way of painting. To apply the wash, I use an old cloth. This one you can see is brown because I've used it before. You just brush it on, or rather wipe it on, and it looks like stain. If any areas looked a little bit too dark, you can always just use the rag again and wipe it off, and it'll help make it look lighter. We're gonna be painting 3 wood pumpkin cutouts, and we're not gonna just use orange. I love that when you go to like stores, even now like Walmart, they'll have white pumpkins and green pumpkins. So we're gonna be using pumpkin orange for one of them, and then antique parchment and spring green for the other 2. And for the stem, we're going to paint it brown with the same milk chocolate paint. I wasn't sure if I should paint the stems green or brown, and so I kind of Googled images and just looked for it, and really the stems, depending on the image, were brown and green, so I just chose to do brown for these pumpkins. Now that the pumpkins are dry, I'm just going to take a Sharpie to add some details. I want there to be a little bit more dimension and make the pumpkins look like they're round. And so I'm just going to draw 2 arch lines on either side of the pumpkin, and it should give it that look. Everything is dry now, and so I'm ready to attach the pumpkins. I'm just going to use some hot glue on the back of them to attach them. You may notice that I'm using a new hot glue gun. My hot glue gun actually broke while I was filming my last video, and so I found this Sure dual temp mini gun at Hobby Lobby. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've had that other red hot glue gun for almost 17 years, and then it just broke out of the blue. Honestly, it was old, but I didn't realize how much nicer newer glue guns are. This heats up quicker and it comes out more evenly, and it heats the glue more evenly too. I'm going to add a hanger just with some jute cord from the Dollar Tree, and I thought it would be pretty to add a bow and some greenery to the top as well. This is eucalyptus that I found in the Fall Floral Section at Dollar Tree. And for the ribbon, I'm going to use this Hobby Lobby black and white checked ribbon. I have this left over from a project, but if you don't want to have to go to Hobby Lobby, the Dollar Tree has fall ribbon as well. To make the bow, I'm just tying it like you would a shoelace bow, and then I'll fluff it out to make it look more full. I'm always trying to think of new ways to use pool noodles. When I saw this orange pool noodle, I knew I had to figure out a way to make pumpkins with it. And so that's exactly what I did. And surprisingly, it's really easy, so I can't wait to share it. What I love about pool noodles is they're so easy to cut. All I need is a kitchen knife to cut it. And for each mini pumpkin, you need 3 1-inch slices of the orange and 1 1-inch slice of the green. To make the pumpkin, you want to leave one of your slices intact, don't cut it. But the other 2, you're going to want to just do a slice all the way through on either side. For the stem, you just take the green slice and cut a stem shape out of it. The slice that you didn't cut is actually going to be the middle of the pumpkin, and the other 2 you just want to open up and slide over that middle slice. Then you just take your green and place it on top, and that's your stem. And now that you have it all assembled, it's ready to hot glue, and I use the low setting on my hot glue gun for this so that it doesn't melt the foam. One of the reasons you want to make them about 1 inch thick is that you want to make sure that the pool noodle is thick enough so that these can stand up on their own. You want to make sure not to use too much hot glue too, because you don't want it to start seeping out and showing when you set out your mini pumpkin. Make sure that when you do put this together that you leave enough room for the stem on the top to lay flat. Sometimes you go into the Dollar Tree and you find something that's absolutely adorable, and this sign is one of these. It already has a wood bead hanger attached, and I love the color of this frame as well. We're going to be using one of my favorite things, which is this vinyl paper from the Dollar Tree, and this is a white and black buffalo plaid, and that will be used for the base. And then we're going to be using a wood cutout, another pumpkin from the Hobby Lobby, for the middle of it. But if you don't have these, you could use cardstock instead, and that would work just as well. First thing that we need to do for a sign is prep it. I don't want the words to show through when I use the vinyl paper, so I have this white paint that I'm going to prime it with. I want to paint the wood beads, so I'm just going to cut them off and set them aside to make our own hanger in a little bit. I'm only going to do 1 coat of the white paint. It may show through a little bit, and that's okay because I'm going to put vinyl paper and a pumpkin on top of it. I used the same trick that I've used before with trays for the base. I measured out a piece of cardstock and made sure that fit, and then I'm going to use that cardstock as a template to trace out my vinyl paper, and that will help me save cuts and not waste so much material. Up until now, I had been tracing on the front of my vinyl paper, and sometimes the Sharpie would bleed because it's shiny. And then I realized the backing is matte, and so I don't have to worry about the Sharpie bleeding. Vinyl paper fits perfectly, and so I'm ready to take the backing off and stick it on. What I'll do is I'll work from the top and go down, smoothing it out as I go, trying to make sure that I don't have any air bubbles. Paint our wood cutout pumpkin, I'm going to use the same pumpkin orange, and then for the stem I'm going to use this new shamrock green. I thought it would be fun to add a little something extra to it, and I had a leftover leaf from a Hobby Lobby wood pack of leaves. I'm going to paint it the green as well. When I saw that this orange paint was actually called pumpkin orange, I thought how perfect was it to paint our pumpkins this color. When I saw this leaf in the pack of leaves that I had, I thought this looked just like a leaf from a pumpkin vine. To give the pumpkin dimension and make it feel more round, I'm going to use the same trick with the Sharpie that I did with the other pumpkins and just draw 2 arched lines on either side, and then I'll hot glue this leaf on as well. The hanger came with 6 beads on it, and I thought it would be fun to do every other one. So we're going to be using this black chalk paint from Waverly called Ink and just painting 3 of them. The pumpkin is done and is ready now to be secured and attached with hot glue. I like to use decorations all season long, and so I just did the arched lines on the front, but if you wanted to use this for Halloween, you could draw a jack-o'-lantern face on it. saved the original hanger from the picture so that I had a guide to know how long I needed to make my jute cord, and I'm just using some of this jute cord that I always use from the Dollar Tree. If you had an old sign, maybe from Hobby Lobby, that you don't want to use anymore, you could totally transform it like I'm transforming this Dollar Tree sign and get your own beads to make a hanger. If you look at the back of the picture, you can see that I kept the staples from the original hanger, and I'm going to use that as a guide to know where to attach the new hanger. I wanted to reinforce the hanger to make sure that it's extra strong, and so I'm just using some scraps of ribbon that I have, and I'm going to hot glue them on top of that and kind of sandwich the hanger in between the ribbon and the frame. You may notice I'm using the tip of my scissors to kind of help secure this. That's just something I use sometimes to save my fingers from getting burned. I love the way this door hanging came out. I think it would be so cute to hang over a knob and decorate a door with it. The pumpkins are so affordable. All you need is 2 noodles to make it, which is like $1.25 each, so only $2.50. I probably could have made 5 more, and because they're made of pool noodle, they're waterproof and they aren't breakable at all. This Dollar Tree sign that we transformed is so much cheaper than other decorations I've seen at other stores, but it reminds me of a lot of things I've seen at like Hobby Lobby and TJ Maxx, really for like a fraction of the price. Thank you guys so much for joining me this week. I had so much fun crafting with you, and I can't wait for next week.